Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve a full coverage, flawless face using the bareMinerals Original Loose Powder Foundation with SPF 15. Today's video is in collaboration with bareMinerals, so thank you so much bareMinerals for sponsoring this. I'm so excited to show you guys how I achieved this look. I've done a bareMinerals video before using the matte foundation, but today I'm going to be showing you the original and kind of talking about the differences and stuff. One thing I really love about bareMinerals is that they are the originator of clean beauty. So they have clean ingredients that are free of chemicals, stuff like that. You guys also know that I love eating healthy and taking care of my body and my skin and stuff like that. I've been on a healthy journey for a little while now, and I love that bareMinerals is all about like clean ingredients and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going to show you exactly how to achieve this foundation face today. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell for notifications so that you know when I upload a new tutorial, and let's just jump right into this one. So for those of you guys that haven't seen my videos before, or any of the videos where I've used bareMinerals, I actually used to work for bareMinerals. I was a manager before I started YouTube and stuff like that. So I really got to learn hands-on how to use the product, got to learn all about the product, and you can still get a full coverage if that's what you're going for. It is very buildable, so you can kind of gauge what you're going for and still get the most out of the foundation and customize it to you. I'm going to be showing you full coverage today just so you can see how you can build it up to achieve that. So when you're applying a powder foundation, you want to make sure that you've already done any liquid stuff that you want to do to your face. So I have already primed my skin and I have already applied my concealer. The reason why you want to do that is because you never want to go in with a cream product after your powder because it can separate. So I have concealed, and now I'm actually going to be highlighting, which you're probably like, wait, this is all out of order, but trust me, it will make sense. So I'm going to be using the bareMinerals Bare Pro Glow highlighters. I have the color Free and I have the color Whimsy. Free is a little bit more golden, Whimsy is a little bit more pink, and I kind of have like that feel in my head. So I'm going to mix these together on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to use my fingers to stipple this in the highlight area. Now, if you had a powder highlighter, you could do that after you apply your foundation, but because this is a liquid, I want it to kind of peek through underneath. And this is going to make it kind of look like you're just like glowing from within. Okay, so now I can move on to foundation. So I'm going to be using, like I said, the bareMinerals Original Loose Powder Foundation in the shade Fairly Light, and this does have SPF 15. So the first thing you want to do is remove the cap, and then this piece here actually shuts closed completely so that you don't make a mess when you throw it in your makeup bag and stuff like that. When I'm pouring out my foundation, I actually only show like no more than 3 of those dots, just because you really want to make sure that you're not applying too much in the cap so that you're not applying too much on the face. When I applied this on clients, I would always say, think of cinnamon sprinkles on a latte. I don't know if everyone still says that, but that's kind of like what we said back in the day. My favorite way to do this is just to use a tiny bit at a time and then build up your coverage, because it's very easy to build something up, but it's hard to kind of take it away when you go overboard. You always want to utilize the cap and put cinnamon sprinkles on a latte in your cap. So it should be no more than like this much right here. And now you want to grab your brush. So the brush that I'm going to be using is the Full Flawless Face Brush. I really love this because I can get a fuller coverage with this brush just because it's more dense, it's fuller, so it's going to pick up more product and apply more product onto the face and give you that fuller coverage. So what you want to do is dip your brush into the cap and start swirling it around. You want to keep swirling once you think you're done. And if there is a ton of powder going everywhere in the air, like I'm talking all over the place, that means you probably put a little bit too much in the cap, and you should do a little bit less next time. So now what you want to do is tap. And now the third step is to buff it on the skin. So I like to work in sections. So I'm going to start here on my cheek just because that's what I normally do. And you just want to start buffing, doing little circles. And then when you feel like there's not much left coming out, keep buffing because it is still packed in here. Everything that you put in that cap is packed in on this brush, and it's just going to slowly disperse out onto your face. Okay, so that gave me a nice medium coverage. I can still see a couple areas peeking through, so I want to go in with a second layer to give me that fuller coverage that I'm looking for. So you just want to do the cinnamon sprinkles again. Take your brush, swirl it in the cap, tap off the excess, and buff it on the skin. Getting my nose always bring a little bit down the neck too, just to make sure everything's matching. And now I feel like I've got that nice full coverage that I'm looking for on the side of my face. You can kind of see I have some like redness in areas over here where here it looks like it's completely covered. So I'm just going to continue doing this to the rest of my face, just doing the swirl, tap, buff method and building up the coverage to the coverage that I prefer. Because this foundation is very buildable and you can get a sheer all the way to a full coverage, using a little bit at a time is the best way in my opinion to achieve that. And again, the foundation is made with only 5 mineral ingredients that are good for you. They're free of the harsh chemicals and stuff like that. And even though they're clean ingredients, it doesn't change how long it will last or how it performs. So I really love that, especially, I don't know, I feel like I'm just getting a little bit healthier and becoming a little bit more clean myself. So I just love that, especially for my everyday makeup routine, that it's the main thing on my face and it's made with those clean ingredients. So I'm really happy with the coverage. I am loving this finish. I haven't worn the original foundation in a long time. I'm always wearing the matte, but I'm loving this like healthy glow that I've got going on. So now I think the most important step is to close your sifter. So take this and just shut it and you'll hear it click. And then it's safe to put the cap back on and put back into your makeup bag or wherever you store your makeup, because then it's not going to get really messy and you can shake it up and do this and watch nothing. So now you want to make sure that you set this in place, and this step is what I think makes it so that I can wear the original foundation without getting like super oily. This is the bareMinerals Mineral Veil, and I just have the original. This also has SPF 25. I believe they also have it without SPF, I think. So you want to use this the exact same way that you used the Loose Powder Foundation. This also has the sifter that you can open and close, and you also want to apply just like cinnamon sprinkles on a latte, that amount on your face at a time. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm taking just a little bit in the cap, and this time I'm using the bareMinerals Flawless Face Brush. So I'm going to compare these two next to each other so you can see. This one's a little bit shorter, so it's easy to figure out which one's which when you're grabbing it, but as you can see, this one's a little bit more bendy. It doesn't have as many bristles as the full Flawless. That one is definitely more dense, and when you hopefully you can see that. But so I'm going to use that one because I'm not looking to have like a full coverage of this translucent powder. I'm just trying to set my face. So grab the brush, swirl it in the cap until it's all completely gone. Tap it off, and then you want to set the face doing the buffing motion. I apply it to my T-zone first because that's where I want the majority of the product, or like wherever I get oily. And if you have more dry skin, you can still use this and set the makeup. It's just gonna kind of like set it in place and seal it, and afterwards you can feel your face. It's gonna give you a beautiful, nice, soft touch to your face. And what I love about this foundation, both the matte and the original and the liquid, is that they give you that nice, flawless, like soft touch look. You know what I mean? Even though this is a powder foundation, it doesn't look like powder is like sitting on your face. As it sits on your face for a little bit, it's going to just kind of like melt in and look just so healthy, so glowy, and so beautiful. Again, remember to close the sifter on this, and then you can put the cap back on. Okay, so that is it for the foundation and like coverage part of this. I'm just gonna show you the rest of my face and show you how I complete this look. I'm like really digging that highlighter. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm gonna be using the bareMinerals Invisible Bronze Bronzer, and I grabbed the shade Tan. I know I'm like super duper fair, but I like dark bronzers. So this does look like it's gonna be super dark for me, but I'm gonna use it with that Flawless face brush so that I don't apply like too much. So I'm gonna swirl this here in the powder, tap off the excess, and then buff it in areas where I want to be more bronzed. Bringing it here, getting my jawline, and with this too, I'm gonna slowly build up the coverage. And that was the other thing I think I forgot to mention. If you still don't have the coverage that you're desiring with as many applications as I showed you with the foundation, go in with more. I think the trick is using just a little bit at a time instead of using like a bunch at a time and like pouncing it on the face, you know? Just using the little bit at a time, swirl, tap, buff, and just using small amounts and building up that coverage. That's kind of like what I'm doing too with this bronzer. I thought it was gonna be like way too dark, but it's working. All right, so now that that is all applied, to finish off this look, I'm using the bareMinerals Gen Nude Powder Blush in That Peach though, which is a color that I've been using, has it been a month? Probably for the past month. So I'm gonna be using the Flawless Face Brush with this as well, tapping off the excess and then buffing it here on my cheeks. All right, you guys, so this is the final look and my face up close so you can see what it looks like. I am so happy with the way that this turned out. I'm honestly not surprised just because I've used their stuff for so long, but I haven't really used the original Loose Powder Foundation that frequently. I usually just use the matte or the liquid, but I'm loving this. I'm loving this glow that it's giving me. It looks very luminous without making me look like a greasy monster. So I'm into it. So yeah, thank you so much bareMinerals for sponsoring this video and collaborating with me on it. I had a lot of fun creating this look. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, make sure you thumbs this one up and comment down below what your favorite products are for a flawless face. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you later.